Hi everyone, welcome April to our April live show. Happy Passover to all of our friends that celebrate. If you're watching the replay, hello. If you're joining us live, please put in the chat where you're calling in from. Say hello. We love to know who's on the call, and we certainly love to know where you're calling in from as well. Hello, Fran Leonard. I just saw you pop on my screen. Well, tonight is a very special program. The anniversary of our firm is today. Yes, I started my company on April 1st. No joke. We're also celebrating the 20th anniversary of Belle of the Ball this week. We are celebrating our new blog, 5 Dress Trends to Wear Now. And when I was putting together the program today, I said the name of tonight's show really has to be all about a dress, and I'll tell you why. For those of you that are new to our community, hello, I'm Mary Lou Andre. I'm the founder and president of Dressing Well. And too many years ago to count, wink, wink, I think this is I actually know this is the 32nd anniversary of the firm. I did the math today and it was just hard to even believe. I was 10 when I started. But 32 years ago today, I was working at Jordan Marsh, and as those of you that are put in the chat, if you remember Jordan Marsh, the last day of Jordan Marsh was March 31st, 1992. And my boss at the time, Karen Zahn, asked me to come to her home Saturday, April 1st, and show me what I do in my friends' closets. Now, Karen was the Senior Vice President of Public Affairs at Jordan Marsh, and I reported to her. And part of my job was to do PR and marketing, and Karen was the company spokesperson. And when I was pitching the media, if I was lucky enough to get a hit, and I was lucky back in the day to get a few pretty big ones, including we had Chronicle, we just had a lot of folks come into the store. And I asked Karen one day if I could go pull some clothes for her on the floor, and she said, of course. And then I always had friends in the makeup counter no matter where I went, so I had her makeup done before the appearance. And she was somebody that was very electric, just an incredible spokesperson. And she had the habit of wearing a lot of beige and colors that washed her out. So the day of this particular interview, and it was with Sarah Edwards, if I'm remembering right. Put in the chat if you remember Sarah Edwards. She was one of the original Chronicle folks back in the day on Channel 5 locally in Boston. And she came in to interview Karen on the Enchanted Village. Put in the chat if you remember the Enchanted Village back in the day. But anyway, Karen appeared in a red jacket, makeup freshly done, and she said to me, you've really got something going here. And then, of course, she had watched me shop the store, buy things for my friends, return things. So April 1st, she lived in Cambridge. I got in my car. I drove to her house. I was super nervous. She was my boss after all. She wasn't my boss anymore. The company had closed on March 31st. But I went over to her house, and about 7 or 8 hours later, probably 25 trash bags later, she had a brand new wardrobe that consisted of a fraction of the clothes that she started with. And she just started singing my praises to her friends, her colleagues, and that's how the company was born. So 32 years ago today, I was with Miss Karen Zahn, and that was the start of the Dressing Well method, which has brought so many wonderful people into our lives, including many of you. It also allowed me to get an amazing book deal with Penguin, and I ordered 5 books. They just came in this afternoon, right around 1 o'clock. I was hoping that good old Amazon would get them here in time, and they did. But we're going to raffle off 5 of these books tonight. This is the Bible of our firm, and not only has our methodology really helped us serve so many women. I'm looking at, hello, Roxy. I see you on the screen. I know that you came in through the book. It also has allowed me to attract top talent. You all know Sarah Zengo. Sarah actually came to me through the book. She had read the book. this book becomes a training manual. June Tarter, our first consultant, Karen Costa, Elizabeth Fregala, Carolyn Lieberman, Mary McNally. We have had some of the best consultants, and our Dressing Well methodology, which was quite literally born in Karen Zahn's closet 32 years ago, was the beginning of all this fun. So the other thing I wanted to share, so again, I was pulling the program together, and it was just like, there's just too many coincidences going on around here. We had scheduled, we were going to do that, so that the blog is another thing we're celebrating tonight, and today's blog is 5 dress trends to wear now. It went out around 3 o'clock today, a little bit later than usual, but if you didn't get it, go to dressingwell.com/blog, put blog in the comments, and Sarah will get you a link to it. But I think it was intuitive that I was, planning April dresses. And again, when I sat down, I was like, April 1st, it's very rare that we actually have a live show on April 1st. And it just happened to align today, which was a lot of fun. But when I really went through everything that it took to build this company. And honestly, after Karen gave me my first boost of confidence that I actually had something here, I had no money. So I sold my wedding dress. Honest to goodness, I went through my closet and I said, this is the most expensive thing I have in there. And I remember reading an article about consignment stores. I don't even think I knew they were a thing. And I sold my wedding dress. I bought a used computer and some business cards with that money, and I was in business. Now I kept going back into that closet and selling more and more of my clothes. The next thing that I spent money was on memberships to women's organizations so that I could meet my dream clients, and boy, did I think some of them on the call tonight. I see Elaine Murphy. Hello, Elaine Murphy. I think I met you back in 2004 when the book came out. But I sold my wedding dress, so I was like, oh my goodness, that's another dress theme here. Bella the Ball is the 20th anniversary of Bella the Ball is in 2 weeks. That's another dress theme in the month of April. And by the way, the 10th anniversary of my firm, I was married at the Harvard Club. How lucky was I? And the 10th anniversary, I actually threw an anniversary party at the Harvard Club. I invited about 25 women. And Christine Edmonds, a dear friend of mine, worked for me at the time, and she helped me coordinate that dinner. I had not been back to the Harvard Club since that dinner, so that brings us to probably 2002. I got invited Monday night to a lovely women's networking dinner at the Harvard Club. I have not been in that building in 20 years. And the invitation said, invite a good friend. And I invited Christine Edmonds, and I didn't even put it together until she did that we had been there 20 years ago. She was working with me. We're still really great friends. We had the most amazing night. I had a dress on, so that was like my other cue that tonight had to be all about a dress. And it was just such a special night because it brought me back to networking and how important in-person activities. There was 10 of us there Monday night, the most beautiful women. Hello, if any of you are joining us. I invited them all to come tonight. But it was just such a full circle moment. And of course, the 30th anniversary of my dad's passing was this past week. And, my dad planned that wedding with me, with my mom, and it's just such a wonderful time in life. And boy, you have no idea how fast life is until you lose someone that's really dear to you. But being at the Harvard Club in my dress, I'll show you what I wore, with my dear friend Christine, who was the second employee ever at this firm, who planned that party with me. It was just an incredible night. So here we are getting ready for Bella the Ball, the 20th anniversary of the firm, April 1. It was a Sunday. Sarah was on our team by then. It was at Simmons College. We did a fundraiser called All About a Dress, and we raised about $20,000 for Bella the Ball. So Oh my goodness, I'm really sharing a lot. I hope you're following me, but April 1 is just so near and dear to my heart. April is all about dresses. We are working with so many mothers of the bride and groom. I just 10 minutes ago got a note from a client raving about how Sarah helped her navigate a very difficult process. Sarah just helped this client get a dress for her wedding. Sarah, she went with dress number 2, by the way. I haven't even talked to you about that. But she just wrote, Sarah navigated a process that was overwhelming and made it fun. So between my wedding dress, the memories of my wedding dress, by the way, I kept the husband. I got rid of the dress, but I kept the husband. This event Monday night, Belle of the Ball coming up, and my beautiful niece was here last night. She and my sister are in town looking for wedding venues. She's getting married, hoping to get married at the Cape next summer. She is wearing my sister's dress and was showing me it's just been this magical week of remembering, looking back, looking forward, and just being incredibly grateful for all of you and life in general. There's a lot of craziness in our world, but as long as we stick together and we share our common values and our love of clothes, it's just a tool for making life be a lot more meaningful. So that is what I wanted to share on why I'm calling tonight all about a dress. The other really cool thing we have going on in April is we have our closet jam on Saturday. So if you're in Insiders, put in the chat what you love about that program. It really does help us get the word out. But tonight I am going to I have 5 brand new copies of Ready to Wear. Anyone that joins Dressing Well Insiders, the first 5 people that join Dressing Well Insiders from now until Friday, they're not only going to get to go to the closet jam with Sarah and all the amazing women in that program. Just so you know, the closet jam, it is a special perk of Dressing Well Insiders. You can only go if you're a Dressing Well Insiders. We started it about 2 years ago. We have one in the spring, one in the fall. It's 2 hours of dedicated time in your closet to do the dreaded, and I can say that because I've worked with a lot of you guys, the dreaded closet switchover. Spring is in the air. And the really cool part of it is Sarah stays on the line the whole time and is actually able to zoom into your closet. So you can come and say, Sarah, are these shoes dated? And she'll say, yeah, they don't owe you a nickel. Let's donate those. Or wait a minute, those will look phenomenal with the longer boot cut jean trend that's happening. Or someone might say, what about this dress? And she might say, try it with a belt. She gets to know everybody in that program. She gives honest advice. There's people that go to the closet gym and just hang out on the Zoom because they're so fascinated with Sarah's coaching. So anyone that joins between now, April 1st, the closet gym is Saturday, April 4th, the first 5 people are going to get a free copy of the book. I will sign it. I will mail it to your house. And you're also going to be able to go to the closet gym, which is worth millions. Sorry, but it is. It's just so great. So if you're somebody that is staring into your closet saying, I have nothing to wear, and there is tons of stuff in there, and you're not getting dressed fast with confidence, Dressing Well Insiders is your nirvana. I am going to do a very high level talk about our 5-step Dressing Well method, but the Dressing Well Insiders is where that method is kept alive day in and day out. There's a private Facebook group. If that's your jam, you get links every month. You don't need to be on Facebook to participate, but it is just a ton of fun, and we make that incredibly affordable so that we can serve the largest range of folks in our community. Sarah's top clients, some of my top clients are members because they love that once a month. Even if they don't go live, they get the replay, they get the shopping links, they get invited to some pretty cool things. And of course, this week you're going to get a copy of my book, brand new, just came in today from Amazon, and the price is $24.99 a month, $2.49. You get 2 months for free if you join as an annual member. Sarah will get the links in the chat. And the other special we have going on is for the whole month of April, if you buy the Dressing Well self-study video course, it's usually $99, and we're giving 30% off, so $69.99. And most people in Insiders have that course already. If you're more visual, I personally teach 5 30-minute videos that walk you through our methodology. So it's the book in video format. All right, well, let me now dive into our juicy program. Again, we have a brand new blog. Put blog if you didn't get it, and Sarah will send you the links. We have a great little giveaway for anyone that joins Dressing Well Insider. Sarah will get that link, and if you do want to get the self-study course, that's also being offered as part of our anniversary month. All right, so the Dressing Well method. It is how I have made my mark in the world. It is something I've been practicing since day one, and it is something that I am super proud of because when I first started my company, the feedback I used to get is either you're born with the fashion gene or you're not. And I have turned that myth on its head. I have busted it over and over and over again, and I have proven, and many of you on the call tonight, put in the chat if you've worked with us and experienced the magic of our amazing Dressing Well methodology. It really proves that style and fashion can be taught. And what has been so rewarding to me in my 3 decades of this career at this point is how fulfilling it has been for both myself to watch and certainly our clients when you can watch them take small steps that end up being big leaps into having the wardrobe of their dreams. But I always say you have to go slow to go fast. So step number 1 of our Dressing Well methodology is getting clear on what you do day to day in your life. Now, we had a poll in our Facebook group this week, and we said, what is your favorite part of the method? And thank you so much for taking those polls because it allows me to shape this program in a way that is very unique for all of you. But I was surprised people voted for Know Your Lifestyle. That was the #1 vote on Sunday night. And again, Know Your Lifestyle, Find Your Fit, Smart Shopping, Capsule Wardrobe Building are all part of the Dressing Well method. But I think that there is just so much confusion out there on how to get dressed. So step number 1, and if you sign up for Dressing Well Insiders, if you get the book, if you get the course, we include these 5 steps. But what I always like to do is just get that snapshot with the client on how they actually live. So if you're someone that's really frustrated with having a closet full of clothes with nothing to wear, or you're really feeling confused about, what to wear when, chances are you've had a major lifestyle shift and your closet just hasn't kept up with that. For instance, we're home with children and now you're back to work and you've got the kid clothes and not the executive clothes. Or you've done an amazing job building that executive wardrobe and now you're in retirement. And the old adage of, what got you here won't get you there. If you're looking at a lot of dated, heavy, boxy suiting, and your goal is to have more of a relaxed, sophisticated, colorful vibe, or your goals are no longer going into an office, but they're heading out on a cruise, vacation of a lifetime, or even taking care care of grandchildren. Or maybe you're a young person just starting your career and you're in there 5, 6 years. You did like the refresh when you got the job, but you're like looking around and saying, I'm looking kind of junior and I'm ready for more responsibility. I'm ready to take a seat at the table. Those are the situations that turn us on when we can help clients use their clothing as a tool of confidence, communication, setting good boundaries, living life on their own terms, feeling awesome in their own skin. That's what it's all about. So question number 1, it's actually that pie shape that you use in so many areas of your life. But what we do is say how much of your life is spent working out, going to a formal office, traveling, social. And today social and casual are kind of interchangeable. You really don't need that many clothes to get out the door feeling your personal best. Step number 2 is all about getting organized. I could do a whole course on that, and I have done a whole course. And by the way, I'm going to do some master classes this year. Let me know what you want me to do a deeper dive in. Is it the organized wardrobe? Is it find your fit? Is it capsule wardrobing? Is it trip packing? Is it shopping? Everything, like, we're living in a new day. Everything is changing, and a big part of our job is to help you navigate that well. Even going back to the client that just wrote to me that Sarah navigated a overwhelming process. What the heck was she going to wear to her daughter's wedding? We're doing that with online shopping, packing, capsule wardrobing, helping people downsize. So let us know what you want more of. You know that we deliver when we know what you guys want. But step number 2 is all about getting organized. And it's about putting your hand on everything, not taking the time to try it on, because that's when you go right down the rabbit hole, but really looking at your space and visualizing it looking like a boutique. One of the biggest gifts we give our clients is the opportunity to open that closet door or to walk into that closet. Those of our clients that have those big walk-ins. Not everybody does. Probably most of our clients don't, actually. But we give them the gift to open that closet door. One of the first decisions you're going to make in the morning is, what am I going to wear? And when you can be met with options that set you up for success, that's the name of the game. I don't know if you guys saw the post that I did this week, but I was invited to that event I was just talking about in Boston on Monday night. And it was like kind of a last minute thing. And I had already had a client on the books. And I did my client. I ran home. I have a beautiful black long dress. And I put it on in about 2 seconds. I added this jacket, which I got last year. These pins and is it brooches? I always say that wrong. I threw that on. I took this in my bag just in case. It was really nice in the city, but I had this just in case I needed it. And then I booked myself an Uber into Boston, and that's just self-care for me. When I'm pressed for time, I got there right on time, perfectly for me. I felt good, perfectly dressed for me, for how I wanted to show up. My girlfriend was meeting me, the woman Claudia. Hello, Claudia, if you're watching. You've just been such a gift to me and in our firm this year. Claudia is a health coach that's doing some cool things in some of our lifestyle collective programs. But off I went to this dinner. And it really was easy because I have my dresses in one area, I have my blazers, and of course, me being me, Sunday night is when I set up my week. I look at the calendar and pull things together to wear. So everything was ready to go. I got home at 4 o'clock. I was in the Uber at 4:30, and I was at this event well before 5:30 when it started. Okay, so that's what I mean about being organized. And I love organization. I find things all the time, and I incorporate them into my wardrobe. I was just with a client on Friday, and her husband finally let me get in that closet, and I sent her a link to a rack organizer, a tie organizer, and a belt organizer. She's like, what do I do with his ties? What do I do with his belts? They were all over the floor. Some of them were still in the pants. And I sent her those from Amazon, or one of them was from a Container Store, and that was all they needed to make his closet sing. So step number 2 of the dressing well method is all about being organized so that you can put your hand on things very quickly, get dressed, know they fit. And our dressing well method self-study video course, again, we're offering that. All you have to do at checkout is put dressing well DW30 to get that 30% off. Really explains this system really, really well. Pillar number 3 of the 5 steps, or step number 3 of the 5 steps of the dressing well methodology, is the 4 good F words. Now, those of you that have been in our world for a long time know all about our 4 good F words. So the first one is fit. The second one is fabric. The third one is function, and the fourth one is flair, in that order. Now, when I'm not speaking to a co-ed audience, when I've got all women in the room, we actually have 5 good F words. The last one is foundations. So maybe one of the first things I do with my clients, once I get their lifestyle dialed in, like what clothes do they need to actually live their life, and then I get them super organized, which does oftentimes include getting rid of more than half of the clothes that are in there. I hate to tell you that, but that is the truth. And getting the closet to look beautiful. Sometimes that's installing lights. Sometimes it's painting. Sometimes it's just getting the right bins, the right places to hang scarves and jewelry. But the next step, number 3, is where owning your personal style really begins. Years ago, I did a workshop for my husband at his firm. Talk about nerve-wracking, and they had me come in to do a professional image seminar. And I had the slideshow, the PowerPoint deck, and I did the whole thing. And my husband said at the end, he said, you could have had that one slide up the whole time. Fit, fabric, function, flair, and you would have changed lives. And he said you did change lives. He said, but that one slide explained the way you explained it was your biggest takeaway. So I'm just starting with that when I introduce this topic, because I've spent my entire life designing the dressing well method. It hasn't changed that much. It really is a system. The only thing that changes is us implementing the current styles, letting you know when there's a silhouette change. And by the way, like my petite clients, very few of them are wearing the baggy pants. It's just not the best look on them. Can you find a couple of wide leg pants that work in a petite? Absolutely. Is everybody going to want to go the distance to get that? No. Landing on a pant that fits them and then upgrading it and tweaking the style just a bit, that's probably better. But when I talk about fit, and I have a couple of examples, I told you I would have show and tell. This is what I mean about fit. So this is the same black jacket. I don't know if you can see it on my screen here, but one is a petite and one is a regular. And can you guys see how different that is? So a really great way to understand if you're a petite or not is just to go into a store that sells both. Talbot's, Macy's, Banana, J. Jill come to mind as stores that have a good selection of that. When we talk about fabric, you really have to know your internal and external thermostat. So do you run really cold? Do you run really hot? And then many of us have, like these 2 dresses, one's a 10 petite and one's a 10 regular. I know you can't see this too well, but they're cut totally differently. And when I work with a client that, their weight goes, they've got a 5 to 6 pound weight gain, depending if they're traveling, time of the month, these fabrics that stretch, they can be your best friend. This time of year, I love linen, but I'm not wearing linen to a big business meeting. I'm not wearing linen when I really have to look like I'm a little bit more polished. So we start with fit, and women's clothing is sold in petite, missy, plus, tall, in a combination. Ton of our clients are one size on top, another size on the bottom. Some of them are petite on the bottom, regular on the top. But nailing your fit and then being really loyal to the brands out there in the stores that fit you well. Like, I know if I need a pair of jeans really fast, I can go to Banana Republic, and chances are there's a pair of jeans that are going to fit me there. If I go to, I don't know, name another store, probably, Talbot's pants don't really fit me well. Bananas do. So you start to get fit confidence. You start to get more efficient with your shopping time, which all equals confidence. And then the next one, again, is the fabrics. What feels best on your skin? Your internal, external thermostat, what has a little bit of give. Even all the weddings that we're doing right now, and if you do have a wedding, get on Sarah's calendar. Sarah, please put your calendar up there. The ones that are stretchy, and I see my good friend Lisa Warriors just jumped on. I have had a busy week. Lisa and I were at Frugal Fanny's last Thursday night. Oh my goodness, did we have a lot of laughs. Her son is getting married. We did not find her mother of the groom dress, but we got her two other amazing dresses, one for the shower, and she got this really cool leather jacket. Oh my goodness, the prices in there are amazing. But one of the things I was doing with Lisa when I was helping her, a lot of it had to do with the fabric. How does the fabric work with your figure, with your curves? And I always say to my moms of the brides and grooms, you've got to put yourself, and this comes to it's fit, fabric, function. Function is when you're at a wedding and you're hosting it, you got to want to shake hands, hug, have a glass of wine. You don't want to be fussing with your dress. You don't want the fabric to be uncomfortable. You want to breathe. And it also gets into, what fabrics look good on your arms. Like, it doesn't always have to be this stiff fabric. It can be, like a butterfly sleeve, or it can be a chiffon that's soft and airy and light. So it's fit, fabric, function. Function also gets into shoes. Even Monday night when I was with a client all day, and then I came home and I was flying into Boston, and I am so glad that I had the time to do that. Again, Claudia, it's on the line. Thank you so much for inviting me. It was so fun. But there was no way I was wearing high heels Monday night after working all day. So I actually wore black boots. The dress I had on was really long, and nobody was looking at my feet because they loved the purple blazer so much. But you get the gist. So fit, fabric, function, flair. We don't have too much more time today. I think you're getting the gist, and I want to show you some show and tell. But that is step number 3 of that dressing well system. Step number 4 is then refreshing your base. It's about identifying the gaps in your wardrobe. And I think that's another thing. Our poll came through loud and clear. I think that's another one of our superpowers using this methodology, is when we're able to get very clear on how you live and know how you like to dress. And that's just about being very intuitive and client focused. We organize you, and we get rid of half of the stuff in there, and we're not throwing it out, people. We are thanking it for its service. We are repurposing it. We are donating. We even donate things for our clients because we feel so strongly about that. And then you're left with what's actually working, the things that you like, that fit. And sometimes there's placeholders. Sometimes I'm like, that dress is okay. If we can't find anything else, you can wear it to, your cousin's wedding or your nephew's wedding or whatever. And then we're really getting clear on fit, so that I know, are they a petite? Are they going to be served better with plus size fashions? What stores? What are they like? What is their budget? What is their style vibe? We work with women across the price range here, and it's for us, it's just like an art project. It's just so much fun. And then the 4th step is identifying the gaps, making sure that we refresh that capsule base wardrobe so that they have jeans that they love, black pants that they love, maybe a dress, maybe a skirt. Again, everybody's different. Do they have the right underpinnings? Like I just, sometimes people will say, I just don't have tops that look great under my jackets. I just picked this up for myself, actually. It's a little, isn't that cute? It's got these little black flowers on them. I love I love a neutral, but popping it. This is my jacket. Like popping that under this jacket just gives it a little bit of a kick. And I missed the last good F word. The last good F word is flare. So once you get the fit down, the fabric, the function, what you're actually doing on a day-to-day basis, what do you need the clothes to do for you? The last one is flare. And flare is always last. A lot of people want to lead with that. They're like, I hate all my clothes. I want to add color. I want to add accessories. And I'm always like, time out. Let's really get who you are down. Let's organize the closet and set it up to support your life. And then once we nail the fit, nail the fabrics, nail the shoes, everything that's going to help you enjoy your clothes, then we're going to look at flare. And of course, the purple jacket was flare that I just showed you. The big, I have this other, where's the other one? I have, this purple pin that I've been wearing on my black jackets. I went to a baby shower. I was so busy this week. I had 2 baby showers, one on Saturday, one on Sunday, and both of them were for girls. So it was so cold here in New England, both Friday and Saturday. I just wore the scarf with the pink both days. One day I wore it with this Veronica Beard jacket that I just got. And so I like to, even like this black jacket I just picked up for a client, but it's got the black and the white in it, and, popping it with that, or polka dots are really in right now. Putting the polka dot that, I don't know if you can see, this has like a little bit of a design in it. So that's what I mean by flare. And then going back to step 4, which is identifying the gaps, that's when you're making a list. Like I really do need a really good pair of jeans. The client I work with on Monday, she has graduations, weddings, showers, she works. She wanted to do her whole palette in creams and taupes and browns, and they just look so beautiful on her. So we got her the tan pants. She was so thrilled to get a cream pair of jeans that fit her really well. We got her, I think it was, she ended up with 3 jackets. She had already bought 2. We got her another one. We got her a camel dress that was so awesome, had pleats, and it looked beautiful with one of the jackets. And of course, her shoes are all in the neutrals. Her sneakers are in the neutrals. So if that's important to you, building a palette with color, building a palette with really solid base pieces so that you can get out the door really, really fast. And the 5th part of our methodology is all about the shopping. We call it smart shopping. And it's identifying, it goes way beyond identifying the brands that fit you well. It helps you really open your mind to how do you shop online? What do you go to the store for? Even with the mothers of the brides, I know I'm talking about them a lot, but they're, especially even my sister was here last night, and we were talking a lot about weddings. Is online shopping best for you, or should you go to a store? And then the range of shopping, consignment stores, outlet malls, the big boxes, the boutiques. You guys know I'm a big boutique fan, and I'm wearing tonight, I hope you like my dress. I bought this dress. I already showed these I think these were on my March live show, but when I was on vacation, I got this dress. I'm wearing this to my godson, Lisa's son's shower in Long Island in June. and I'm wearing this dress. I just love it. This is what I mean about the fabric, by the way. This is a really lightweight linen, but it doesn't wrinkle. And isn't it cute? I love it. So I think it's a little casual for a wedding, but I'm going to a wedding in South Carolina in July. It'll be super hot. I just know that this will be great for maybe a welcome party. And I couldn't help but put it on tonight because when I decided I was making this all about a dress, I thought I better wear a dress. So, boutique. So that's our 5-step system. My goal is always to leave you all with 1, 2, maybe 3 or 4 ideas. I'm trying to think what else I have to show you. Not much tonight. Tonight was really a celebration of our anniversary. I can't believe it. A special shout out to all of you guys for being in our world all these years. A little plug for our Dressing Well Insiders program, we're just so proud of that. And those of you that are in Insiders on the call tonight, please put in what you love about that program. It is the biggest no-brainer, guys. It's $24.99 a month, $249 a year. The first 5 people that join by Friday will get a signed copy of the book. I'll put it in the mail to you. My pleasure. And you'll also get to go to the Closet Jam, which is just like so amazing. The Closet Jam, again, for those of you that were a little bit late, is exclusive to Dressing Well Insiders. You have to be a Dressing Well Insider to go to the Closet Jam. And it is the most favorite perk. There's a lot of perks in that program. The program comes with once a month style club meeting with Sarah. So you're going to get up-to-date fashion, like she's, Monday's class. Monday is our April standard class. She's going to do a spring trend report. Those of you that are like our top 10, that's where you can get that information now. The top 10 is in that program. And, in March, she helped people, get ready for spring. May, she's got a really cute program on stylizing your calendar. I love that, Sarah. I thought that was so cute. So it just goes deeper than this show ever could. It's on Zoom. It's interactive. You get a ton of access to Sarah. I'm in there quite a bit as well. There's a free Facebook group. You get the shopping links. You get the replay. You get events. And then you get the Closet Jam, which is 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We have people from California. Hello, Denise Jackson. I know you're on the line tonight and you're from California. But we've got people from all over the country. And they come and they set a goal that I saw someone today say, Sarah, I'm going to go through all of my jeans and all of my pants, and I'm only keeping those that fit me. Other people are going to literally do the closet switch in 2 hours. Other people might dive into their jewelry boxes. It's up to you, and you're going to hear Sarah's coaching, and at the end of the 2 hours, you jump back on the Zoom, and everyone shares their wins, and a lot of people keep going. They start, and then by the end of the afternoon, their closet looks amazing. So if you join Insiders, Sarah, please put the links in. You're going to get the book, the Closet Jam, and have a whole new community that you never knew even existed. And who doesn't want community these days? That is, from what I'm learning, even my own experience. I'm in a couple of memberships myself. It is just so much more fun to lock arms with people that share your passion for different things and go on this journey together. So I am going to wrap up. I do not have my watch on, so I have no idea what time it is. I think I'm going a little late tonight, but thank you for coming to our very special program. It is very rare that April 1 falls on a Wednesday night, and I, honest to God, started my company in my friend, former boss's closet, Karen Zahn. I haven't seen Karen in a long time, but I just have so much joy in my heart whenever I say her name because she took a chance on me. She said, you've got a talent here. Come and show me what you do. And she just sat in her, I'm picturing her right now. There was 25 bags of clothing that she was getting rid of, and she was writing my business plan, and she did not let me go until I had my first client. I was ready to sail, and I try to pay that back in my own life every single day when I can. So thank you for taking time to celebrate Dressing Well tonight. For all of our friends celebrating Passover, I hope you're able to watch the replay. From all of you that watch the replay. Hello. Thank you to Sarah for manning the chat. Here's to April. It is an awesome month, and I hope that you're able to find a dress that makes your heart sing. Okay, good night, everyone. I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.